Hello everyone, this is Fantasy-esque and welcome back to Niche Faerie Flowers. Before we begin, I want to say a very special welcome to our channel members. Thank you so much for your support. I appreciate it immensely. Right, so in the previous episode, we had quite a few babies born, I think, again. But we actually noticed this time that the albinism seems to be part of our royal lineage, or at least of this incarnation of the royal family, which I think is really cool. And this princess here, is it Ayong if I'm not mistaken? Yes, Princess Ayong is one of the fine examples we have of our albino royal line. Now she, of course, along with the help of her sister Jelly, is going ahead and set up shop at this tree. She's collecting berries. I think their mother, Doventella, is on her last pregnancy. She has, I think, 4 days left before she passes away, and Faerie King Zephyr has kind of a same age going, or the same amount of time going before he passes on. So we have quite a few things going on. Luckily we did get a prince, which means that our next king, Ashvan, has an heir in his younger brother, if he never manages to find an appropriate mate and get that going. But okay, without further ado, let's jump into the episode and see what we get up to. If you look down here on the right hand side, you can see that our stores have been increasing. We have 22 food, 22 nesting material, 93 food, and 9 nichelings. So there we go. Look at this. Look at this. We also had the death of our first ever Faerie Flower, Reth, who passed over there, and so Prince Ashvan has now taken over that berry patch. Our gnome bear, obviously, is sticking very close to Ashvan, so I don't know. I feel as though he has a bit of a fondness for the future king. But okay, let's get Princess Ayong to collect up this berry, and she might even want to move around a little bit. We also have a crabbit on land, which I've never seen before. But there we go. Princess Jelly. Let's move along here, actually. That crabbit is running for the grasses. My goodness. My goodness. Okay, Iffy, I'll actually let your mother grab the berries because she's good at berry collecting. And then King Zephyr, let's come along here and see if we can knock out some of those grasses. But they've actually done quite a bit in Zephyr's life. Look at that, quite a bit. Now obviously once our grasses are all pulled out, we're probably going to take one of the ports and go to the next island, because this island will not have by that point a fairy flower for us to find. Like once we've cleared all the grasses, we'll have explored the entire island, and if we don't find a fairy flower, it means we have to search elsewhere, because the Faerie King's kingdom cannot come into play until we get the 9 fairy flowers, 8 of which we have left to find. So right now we have an excuse to stay because the grasses aren't uncovered, but once they are, we are gonna have to get a move on. But okay, let's turn the day. That music scares me sometimes. Princess Eva, let's collect up your berries here. Princess Edinburgh is going to play around the grasses on that end. Let's get Prince Ashvan to collect up the berries. Same thing for Princess Ayong. Okay, and then Princess Jelly. Let's dive. Oh, another berry bush. Look at that. Look at all these treasures we're finding. So many treasures. Okay, Doventella. Let's grab this berry, these berries. Iffy's gonna help you out a little bit before she starts clearing away these spots. And then King Zephyr, let's come here. There we go, there we go. So everyone is doing their part, and I kind of like that our nichelings somewhat are assigned to bushes here and there. So I think I'll most likely just keep Ashvan with those two. Ayong has found his spot under the tree. Eva's gonna stick around here. Jelly most likely is gonna stick next to that berry bush. And then we'll probably have Edinburgh start moving towards his sisters, Iffy and Freofin, to try and do some exploration here. And then most likely one of them is going to end up staying with this berry bush and the other two are going to move on. We'll have to see, But look at this. We have had, I think, 5 albino children born between Daventella and Faerie King Zephyr. How cool is that? But okay, turning the day. Our little babies are growing up. How cute. And look, Princess Edinburgh is now old enough to move around on his own and even help out with a few things. Princess Eva, let's grab those berries. Yes, the crabbit is after us, Ashvan. The crabbit is after us. Oh, we don't have... No, we do! Okay, we can get that funnel, pluck a berry. That was great. And then Jelly. She's gonna grab some of these berries. We'll get Edinburgh to move here. And right next to his sister Jelly. And Daventella is ready to set up a nest. So she's gonna do that. And then try and knock this bush out, which didn't work, darn it. But she's gonna have her final baby. I'm hoping for another boy, but if we don't, then that's okay, because at least we have Prince Edinburgh. Now, King Zephyr. Oh, he found another berry bush. It makes me so happy every time they find a berry bush, because that's our food resource. Okay, Freofin is going to move around a little bit, and let's have a look, guys. What's going to be the final baby between our Faerie King Zephyr and our fairy consort Daventella? Let's have a look. Yes, it's a boy, and he's not an albino this time. Okay. He's not an albino. He looks really cool though with his does he have blonde hair? He's got kind of like an icy blonde hair, and then the reddish fur, which is kind of cool. But he is going to be Prince Sequin. So Prince Sequin, welcome to the family. He's got black eyes, which is kind of cool. They look like sequins. Excellent. So we have that going. And what have we unlocked? Big Nose, which is fine, but Big Nose is not what we need because we have to maintain our fairyism, if that's a thing. But you can knock out that nest. Start collecting our berries. Princess Eva. And Ashvan most likely is going to have to look among his sisters for a mate, which is fine. Yeah, because he can mate with the princesses, someone of royal line, but the Faerie Flowers are exclusive to him. So he chooses whether or not he mates with the princesses or the Faerie Flowers. The gods can never mate with the Faerie Flowers. That's pretty much the only rule we have going on. But the gods can mate with the princesses. Okay, so interesting. Let's get berries, and berries along here. Oh, maybe you can try jumping here as well, and then you can clear out those grasses. So yes, berries are our main kind of meal right now, but exploration when we have time, when and where we have time, I should say. Okay, King Zephyr is on his last day, and so is Fairy Daventella. I'm so sad. Zephyr, you did an amazing job. Zephyr did an amazing job being king, in my opinion. I mean, look at the amount of offspring he had and the food stores he built up. He did really good. And I am so happy that Zephyr was the one leading us after the previous line tragically died. Okay, let's dive here, clear away that. Okay, so everyone's gotten a bit of a move on. I think we should now settle down to say goodbye to Faerie King Zephyr and Daventella. They did an amazing job. Look at their offspring all over the place. Makes me so happy. And even, not an even spread, but a good spread of albinos, as well as some of our more reddish colored nichelings. But okay guys, let's go ahead, turn the day, say goodbye to Zephyr, and welcome in a new king. Just like that, he's died. But we have 120 food with 24 nesting material. So Ashvan has inherited quite a wealthy kingdom. I mean, a wealthy tribe, I should say. We're not a kingdom yet, but a wealthy tribe. Okay, Ashfen, time for your white stones. And he needs to be renamed the Faerie King Ashfen. So, Faerie King Ashfen. And another thing we now need to have a look at is who he can possibly mate with, because he only has the princesses right now as an option. Obviously, if he doesn't find a princess with matching immunities, he's not going to go for that, because we don't want to make our line sick. So let's check. So he's got G and F. G and F. G and F. I and A. Princess Ayong. He can mate with Princess Ayong, and that's pretty much it. Okay, well, look at that, Ayong. Looks as though, I think whatever we said about our albino lines is going to pretty much be continuing, because Ayong has albinism, and so does King Ashfen, so that's kind of cool. Obviously in the background, they're passing on all these recessive traits, but wow, okay, unexpected. But I think I'm going to give Ayong a blue stone in the middle, just to show that she's a princess, but she's a princess that's breeding with the king. Yeah, and that way we don't confuse her with the other princesses. So Ayong, you actually have to make a very special trip, my darling. Down this way. And let's see what kind of traits they have. So she's got 2 strength, 2 collecting. Prince Ashfen also has 2 strength and 2 collecting. So between the 2 of them, I think they should have some good offspring. But okay, let's go ahead. And she is now expectant, which is exciting. Very exciting. She's gonna pluck a berry. So is Ashfen. King Ashfen. Oh, this is so exciting. But there we go. So it's kind of useful for us to have that many kids with our first Faerie King, because that's kind of helping to save us in a sense. But okay, ooh, I want to die for this bundle. Grab that bundle. There we go. Do some hunting. Do some hunting over there. And Iffy's gonna jump down. Oh, darn it. Iffy, grab that bundle. And then, oh, Edinburgh. Edinburgh's gonna come here to try and help out Iffy with that piece that she snagged. And Freafin is gonna jump down this way. So we have Freafin and Sequin, who are currently the youngies, the youngsters, the youngins. Okay, let's turn the day. Our gnome bear still moving around, as happy as ever. Let's grab this bit of food before anyone else comes to get it. And who's this? Oh, it's a male. It's a male fairy with cracking. Guys, I think we have a god on our hands. Okay, we have a god. We need to get him. Look at this. We have our first ever god. He's gonna get the purple stones. And let's name him God Zigonito. Zigonito. God Zigonito, welcome to the family. Oh, that's exciting. Once he's old enough, he'll be able to breed with the princesses, and we'll have our own god line going as well. How cool. So we'll have a god line going, and then, yeah, the gods will most probably get the purple stones. All the gods will have purple stones. Their children will have purple stones as well. So that's exciting. We'll have to see who he can mate with once he's of age, but for now, at least, Prince Edinburgh has a playmate. Aw, that's so nice. That is so nice. Okay, Sequin, let's come along here, try and avoid the bones because that's a bit too grim. And let's see, can we jump? Oh, darn it. Darn it, Jelly, you scared away the mole. You scared the mole away. Could have just gone for that bundle, that would have been easier. Okay. Stick with the berries. I could have gotten these two to hunt a crabbit, that might have been exciting, but let's just stick with the berries, shall we? Stick with the berries. Especially if we start having a god line going, we're gonna need the food. We are gonna need the food. Okay, Princess Iffy, grab these. Prince Edinburgh's gonna help you out with that. And then Freafin, slash that grass. Slash it. And then Zigonito. Zigonito, you can head for the treat, because you can crack can crack some nuts. So I'm gonna actually send Zaganato down this way to help with the tree, so he can collect up the nuts around here, and that's gonna be of huge assistance. He can also grab bundles along the way if he wants because of his ram horns and his medium body. But okay guys, with that said and done, I'm gonna leave off here. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next episode. Bye bye.